So hi, it's me, Jeynick again, and yeah, I have actually spent my free time the last 2 weeks speedrunning Metroid Dread and doing some research for that, and I've actually got a time that I'm very happy with. And today I'm joined by Ken, who is gonna help me commentate this whole run. So say hi, Ken.
Hi, Ken.
And what have you played the game already, Ken?
Yes. I've done normal 100% in a time that's nowhere approaching yours, and I immediately went into hard, which I didn't 100%. That was more just a kind of no time wasting kind of run through to see what I could get my time down to. And I think I got it down to like 6 hours. It was like babby time, you know.
Yeah. Well, for
But
hard
yeah,
mode.
so I'm pretty familiar with everything that's in it. I don't have any knowledge of the speedrunning kind of stuff for this, like any of the glitches, minor or otherwise. I've honestly no idea, so I'm quite
Yeah,
looking forward to
that's
watching it.
perfect. That's perfect because we'll get all into it. So in this run, I'm gonna do some glitches, but I'm not gonna do the big glitches that have been discovered the past week because that would be unrestricted, and I'm playing the no major glitches category. I'm actually playing on version 1.0.2, which is the newest one, and if you play the past versions, you can actually submit it on speedrun.com. So I'm also running the physical version, which is slower than the digital version, about 4 minutes, which is quite a lot, but I don't want to spend another 60 euros buying the game again. And yeah, I'm also playing with a Pro Controller, but I think I'll show that off in the run too. It's not really information that needs to be said, but it's still... that's pretty much it, and I think we'll just get into the run because it's a long run, so everyone grab your cup of tea. I hope you have some water, Ken. By the way, I didn't ask yet, but...
It's fine. I'm full of tea,
Full
so
of tea?
that'll do
Okay.
me.
Okay, nice. So we'll just get into it, and I'm gonna start the video, and the run will start when I press continue on the menu. So here we go. And the run will start now. So you start off with a loading screen. It's actually quite long. It's, I think, 10 seconds faster in the digital version, but I'm playing the physical version, so we're gonna have to sit for like 30 seconds. We're already halfway there. And yeah, in the first bit, I'm gonna perform some glitches, and the first two glitches are called pseudo waves. And why it is called that? You have the wave beam. You remember the wave beam, Ken? It's the last item that you pick up. So the wave beam makes you shoot through walls, but we can actually kind of shoot through a wall by performing a certain glitch. So here we go. We start out the game, and we shoot those guys. I sometimes get hit by them. Big shame on me. And then here we go. So we'll get this small Adam briefing right here. Adam is our AI that tells us what to do, but if you spam really fast, he will be gone really fast. So here we go. We get the small cutscene that introduces you to parrying, which is gonna get semi-important for the run. Not really that important, but it's a cool feature, I think. What do you think, Ken?
I really like it. I haven't played God, what was it called? The remake of Samus 2, where I think it was introduced.
Yeah, it was introduced, I think,
It's
there.
the same company, so...
Oh, wait, here's the glitch coming up. Here's the glitch coming up. Look at that. So I'm actually shooting through the wall. And what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to hit my last shot on this corner, because otherwise I'll get crushed by the stones. What happens here is you actually skip the first enemy encounter. And here's number 2. So they're quite fast after each other. And by performing this one is significantly harder. By doing this one, you can actually skip... let's see, I think it's Spider Magnet and Charge Beam, and you can actually do early Phantom Cloak, which I won't do, but I'll get to this back later. But yeah, parrying. You were there.
I'd missed it in the second one, so it was all new to me, but I really liked it. It keeps a lot of the momentum going,
yeah,
kind of energy and stuff.
Really dynamic. Yeah, I quite liked it.
Especially in this one, where as you can see, there's a lot of like I have to run away very fast from things. You know?
Yeah, I'm kind of messing about because for this Emmy, this is the first Emmy introduction, or for this Emmy at least, and you're gonna have to wait until he is here for the door to open. Now, quite a fun thing is if you actually touch him and you parry him, which is quite hard, as you know. It is possible. But then you actually save time, but it's too risky, so I didn't do that here. I don't know if the top runners even do that consistently, but...
I mean, considering where it is, I mean, it's probably not the most risky strategy that you could probably do, considering it's right at the start of the run, but yeah, just given how difficult the timing can be.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they fake that, like, I might be wrong, but I'm certain that the game tries to fake you out with it as well.
It does,
like, the
yeah.
timing is different with
I
every
think there
single
are
one of them.
4 different animations for it, yeah.
Yeah. So there's no way of even going, like, of timing it based on, like, 1, 2, 3, and then pressing, you know, because they're different every time.
It's like a visual and audio cue, and it's about 100 milliseconds, I think, was found. So yeah, I'm gonna have to dodge him here, which was quite close. It always cuts close here, but it's alright. I do it pretty consistently over here. Maybe we'll see an Amy parry later, but I don't know. I actually do know, but...
Like, I don't know what happened, I don't know what I was smoking, but for the longest time I kept pressing the wrong button when I was trying to parry the enemy, and I was getting really frustrated, because originally I was like, not consistently, but I was doing it every so often, and then I had a small break from it when I was like, I don't know, working or doing college stuff, and came back to it, and I think I was just pressing the wrong button. I wasn't pressing the parry button, I was pressing something else.
I think I did that too. I think I was pressing the A button instead.
I kept like, I was like, why is it not working? I used to be okay at this. Has there been an update or something?
Yeah.
And no, it was just me being an idiot.
Yeah, they don't really show that either. So yeah, this is gonna be a close one too, but he has a nice spawn for me, which means that I can just dodge him, because if he has a bad spawn, he'll see you immediately. And now I need to let the valve open and then let the water flow, and then I can slide under here. I actually didn't get found by the Emmy this time, which is good. But
Which
yeah.
Emmy is this again? Is this the Morphball
This is just
one?
the Morphball one, yeah. No, this is Spider Magnet one. Spider Magnet.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got confused, because Morphball is the first item that you pick up in Metroid NES, so I sometimes get a bit confused.
Yeah,
but yeah, Charge Beam. And now we're actually going back to where we started the game. Oh, by the way, I time my splits on the last note of the small tune that you hear whenever you pick up the item. Time. That's when I time, yeah.
Yep.
So now we're going back from where we came. And I got hit by that thing, shame on me. And this is where that second glitch that we performed actually gets in handy. I got hit by that guy, that's... alright, you know. So free E-Tank for me, which is great. E-Tank stands for Energy Tank. It gives you 100 extra health. Very handy. So now we're back here, and I performed the glitch up on top here. And now we're actually gonna pick up early Phantom Cloak. And you need to defeat the boss Scorpius. It's kind of like a dog-looking boss. I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah, the invisible one.
The scorpion kind of guy, yeah. So, normally you would only get Phantom Cloak after Spider Magnet, so after you destroy the first Emmy. Or technically the second Emmy, because we did skip the first Emmy by doing that first glitch. So, open the door for the boss. And here we go. So this boss fight is pretty interesting. You can save a lot of time by really technically aiming your missiles here, because he swings his head up and down, as you can see. So this is first phase, pretty fast. And now his head is invisible, so I'm trying to look for it. I can't really find it well. So this is going pretty bad. You know, I decided to just run with it. It's not that much of a problem. So you need to shoot it still, because then you get some missiles back. That's actually intended, so it will just take a bit longer before I have him dead here. But, you know, it'll be fine. We'll go invisible again.
You missed the parry there. Was that deliberate, or?
Yeah, that is. So if you hit the parry and you shoot, you actually get into a small like interactive cutscene where you can actually hit the boss. That is way slower than just hitting him. So.
Okay, right. That's what I thought. Because I know normally it's like, I mean, at least when I was playing, I would always go for them because it was safer, because you're just getting free hits, you know.
Yeah, that's true. No, this is the boss. I actually ran out of missiles there. I don't know if you saw that, but I used Charge Beam instead. So yeah, this is the
It's,
Phantom
it's
Cloak.
actually the bosses I was kind of most looking forward to seeing because like some of them gave me some amount of bother. Like I
Yeah,
actually found it easier on hard because I was aware of the patterns
yeah,
on hard, but
for
like
sure.
the last, I remember the first time I did the very last boss.
Yeah. Oh, look here, look here.
I
Do you see that? I slide before I Phantom Cloak. So you're actually faster that way by entering those doors.
you also seen the tail of something that is now dead.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
background.
yeah. That's it's strange. It's called a sequence break whenever you do something before you're supposed to do it. So this is the
Yeah.
first sequence break of the game. But yeah, that boss was particularly hard. I remember having troubles with it even in normal mode.
So some of them weren't too bad, and then like I would do it like first time, and then some of them I would just get frustrated, and then it turns out there's something I was missing.
Yeah, yeah. What
Which I like
was the
the kind
easiest
of like
boss you think that you fought?
the easiest one.
I think for me it was through Gaiga. It's the underwater boss. That one was quite easy for me.
Yeah, that one was pretty straightforward. It's one of these ones where I was like, oh no, not an underwater fight, especially because you don't have the gravity suit. But it felt like a fake out because I didn't. I think I died the first time to it because obviously I missed like you can grapple over it. But when I realised, oh, well, I just grapple over it, and then obviously I learned that when you can do the parry, you get free hits on it. Like it just became a cakewalk. So I'd probably agree with that.
Yeah, for sure. So I almost walked into the wrong door, which didn't really matter because the heat door needed to open anyway because they take a bit to open. So there we go. And then you wall kick off that, so you actually are up here. And I am actually running out of missiles, so I need missiles for the armor of the brain of the boss here, because we're gonna defeat the enemy right here.
Right.
So you just shoot a bunch of missiles to break the armor. And then we'll get into something which is button mashing. The beam of Samus actually doesn't have much of a gap, so you can shoot pretty fast if you button mash. You see that?
Yeah.
And it's that very soon.
Machine gun.
It is,
speeds.
yeah. Yeah, so it
See
actually...
why your hand was cramping?
Yeah, that's why my arm was cramping by playing this all day. But yeah. That's the fast boss, and now we're up for the task to destroy the Emmy. Which is quite fast, this one.
Emmys, besides like certain bosses, I think Emmys were the first thing that gave me some conniptions when I first played it. Because I wasn't really sure, I was never really sure how to avoid them or how best to avoid them, and obviously they're quite, the smallest noise they'll chase you around the map for.
Yeah.
And I couldn't quite work out. A lot of the time, like especially in normal, I was just winging it, and I was just running through areas and hoping that I wouldn't get myself into a dead end.
Yeah.
But again, in hard modes, when I was actually more familiar with it, I was much more tactical. I was using the cloak that I never used to use a whole lot in the enemy areas, and I had a much better time of it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think that's the thing about this game. Once you kind of know what to do, everything is so much easier.
Yeah, it's very much there's a lot of pattern recognition with it, especially with bosses. Bosses are very much about pattern recognition, and I hate to bring up a certain other very difficult series that's all about pattern recognition to beat seemingly impossible bosses. But that is.
Does it start with a D and ends with Dark Souls?
Yes, it may.
Okay. Okay.
But it is. But I mean, the design methodology is the same.
Yeah.
It's like you learn patterns, and something that initially started off as, oh god, how the hell am I going to do this, becomes arguably quite easy.
So true.
The last boss, for example, in this, like I remember the first time I did it, I was like, how the hell am I going to do this? This is really difficult. And by the time I got to him the second time on hard mode, it was much easier. I wouldn't say or call it easy.
No.
But because I knew what to do and how to counter certain
things,
hit
hard on hard mode.
Yeah. The problem was that if you do make a mistake, even if you know the pattern that they're going to do for a given attack, if you make an arse of it and you get hit, then you get very heavily punished for it, especially on hard. But yeah, it's a game that's very much about pattern recognition, and I'd imagine it's the same obviously for speedrunning.
Oh
because
yeah, for sure.
It's not just the bosses necessarily, but it's like the route you have to take, because it's quite a big map.
It's
And it's
huge.
very
I still get lost.
labyrinthine
On average, every run I walk into one room that
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
supposed to
wrong.
walk in. It's
Yeah.
So
Couple that with all the little spider tunnels and things,
yeah, especially that. So route-wise, we just went out of the first area, which is Artaria, and now we're entering Kataris, which is the second area that you're supposed to go to. And all we want to do here is just get through it and get to the third area, which is called Dairon, and then we'll come back here. Because in Dairon we'll pick up White Beam, which actually gives us three beams at the same time, which is necessary to open some doors, and is way faster for killing bosses too, due to the button mash madness that is this game.
I don't think I had appreciated on normal how strong missiles were. Like, a lot of the time I was relying on like the charge beam
Yeah.
of whatever stripe, and like missiles would come out occasionally.
Yeah.
It was only when I played hard that I realised that not only were missiles incredibly strong for most of the bosses, but when you get the homing missile,
Oh,
those are
those are strong. Yeah.
Like, holy shit! I did not appreciate their strength until I started using them consistently with like bosses and sub-bosses. I was like, I cannot believe that I was neglecting this in normal.
It's a shame you actually get them pretty late, because they are very strong. They're actually used for the final fight, I think, for most runs. I don't use them in my run. I should have done it because it is faster, but it's quite a bit harder to aim them to while dodging the final boss's moves.
I think my appreciation for them really culminated when I was doing the last boss.
Yeah.
That's when I realised that like these things are stupid. They're stupid powerful. I can't believe I've not really been making use of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so true. I don't know what happened there. I kind of missed my jumps a few times. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I did. Yeah, the spider wall.
Yeah, the spider thing. Normally I could do that quite fast, but I don't know. Just the run isn't perfect, but it makes it for like more fun watch. Who wants to see everything perfect, like for the millionth time,
Well, if nothing else, I mean, it shows very clear areas where time could be saved.
Yeah. Oh, this is
You
green
make,
Emmy, by the way.
You make a mistake versus RNG.
Yeah.
RNG you can't control, but like mistakes you can. So.
Yeah, for sure. So this area is actually green Emmy area, and green Emmy gives you Morph Ball, so he can actually crawl through those crawl spaces that you see. And green Emmy is a total troll as to where he spawns when you enter the Emmy zone, because sometimes he will just camp doors and you can't go through the door unless he decides to leave. And this is a good example. I think I got a good spawn here, but he will be sitting here. Do you see that? He's down there, and I actually jumped down and I almost messed up. So he's gonna have to scan and just walk on through. I was pretty scared I really jumped away, and then I could have escaped, but he's quite a troll sometimes.
Yeah, that was just unlucky.
I think I had about like 6 runs just die because of the green Emmy. Oh man, I do love that sliding into the Phantom Cloak. And then you can enter the door really fast, because otherwise you have to kind of walk speed go through those doors, as you know.
Oh, is that the ones where they like detect
the detection door, yeah. So I have time to kill the enemies here, because if they hit you once, it will actually bump you off the spider magnet wall, which is annoying. But yeah, up until now, it's quite a normal route, except for that we got Phantom Cloak before Spider Magnet. But we'll get some we'll get to some sequence breaks later in the run. Not that much later right now. Oh, as you noticed, I also shot open this door earlier because it's a charge beam door and it's faster to do it while you're already on the way.
Yeah.
Small optimizations, that's my water bottle right there.
Do you do much when you get the... what's it called? The super speed thing? I can't remember its name.
Yeah, speed booster. I do some speed
yeah.
booster strats. I'm really bad at them though. I'll just already spoil that. I think if I was better at speed booster, my time would have increased significantly.
Well, the speed booster thing's weird. Like, even in a normal game, like when I 100%ed in normal,
yeah.
like some of those pickups are like you need to be like experts with the speed boost because you need to do some like wacky stuff with
Yeah,
it.
yeah, for 100%.
The
for
game the game doesn't tell you. It
Yeah.
tells you how to do things like it doesn't tell you, for example, that you can, while speed boosting, you can kick off a wall and maintain your momentum. It doesn't tell you
It
can do
doesn't
that.
tell you
So
that. Yeah.
So there was areas I was going to where I was like, how the hell do I get up there in order to get through that, you know, those speed blocks? And then I would experiment and I'd be like, I don't know what the hell to do. Is there some long corridor that's concealed from me that I need to run through? And then eventually I would buckle and I would look up some YouTube video and then immediately go, alright, okay, I don't feel that bad about looking stuff up, because normally on principle I won't do it.
Yeah, I'll admit too, I did that too. I did look up some stuff.
The game doesn't expressly tell you you can do this, and I think, and it's been a while since I've played it, I think you could do it in the older Metroid games like Super Metroid and that, and maybe that's
Shine
what
Spark,
it's banking
Shine
on.
Spark it's called. It's whenever you have speed booster and then you kind of hold the speed and then you can do it in any direction you want.
I mean it does tell you about the Shine Spark, and I was aware about doing that because even though it was a while ago, I remember doing it in Super Metroid, but
it doesn't tell you about the wall kicking and the reverse movements.
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't tell you about doing that, and that's essential for at least 3 or 4, I think, of the optional items that you need to find in order to 100% it.
What you saw me do there, by the way, I quickly slid under the wall there while I shot the button, which is kind of, it's not that hard, but it's, you know, it fails sometimes, but it's kind of cool. You'll just be a bit further ahead than you're actually supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right there. You see the camera even kind of rotate around, like, where is he?
Yeah.
The rascal. I got hit there, that's pretty bad. But, you know.
Rip.
Small movements. So I'm actually 20 seconds behind right now, due to my old run, or due to my new run, but. So this is also a troll spawn. He's always there, but you can jump over him. Oh, maybe I'll go for the fast threat. I didn't get the fast threat, and now I need to wait. Oh man, that's dumb.
Oh, is it like you kick off the wall, the same wall twice or something?
Yeah, so you can't infinite wall jump, but if there's a spider magnet wall, you can actually do that. So I tried to kind of gain some height by that, but I didn't get it. It's just dumb. So from here we need to go up. Open the sliding door where you just hang on to, and then we go back and go to the right and go to that same area again. And that guy actually bumped me off the whole cliff there once, and that's messed me over real bad. But this is a pretty, I wouldn't say solid, but it's pretty alright Dyron. A Dyron split. So the split that I'm on is actually color blue. Splits that I've done are colored gray, and the splits that I've yet to come is colored white.
Yeah.
I made the overlay myself, so I could customize the heck out of it.
Well, it fits in very well.
Kind of feels like it's part of the UI.
It does. It does. You have a promising career in speedrun overlays.
Speedrun overlays.
It's your next venture.
Just DM me, guys, if you want speedrun overlay custom made.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to Dyron. Wait, did I say a Dyron split? It's actually a Katara split. But we're on the entering Dyron, so now we're going to White Beam. And once we grab White Beam, we'll go back and grab that morph ball off the green enemy, who's a total troll.
There's one thing I'm curious of, because I never ever looked it up, and obviously my times when I did my normal and hard playthrough were, in speedrunning terms, awful.
Yeah.
But see, does the ending screen change based on your time, like in Super Metroid?
Not that I know, and that was kind of a disappointment for me, because I expected it to be there.
Well, they've done the reason I thought so, because I was about 10 hours give or take with 100% on normal, and then I was about 6 hours on hard, but that wasn't 100%, and I thought, oh well, surely this will give me something different, like for the end screen, you know, a bit like what Super Metroid done before it.
Yeah.
Especially because they obviously have a pretty detailed, from what I can see, Zero Suit Samus model for, you know, the death screen.
They do, yeah.
So I was like, oh, maybe you get like what they did with Super Metroid, where you get Samus without the helmet, or something, or in the Zero Suit. But I don't think you get I don't think you get anything.
No,
no
you don't
matter
get
what your time
anything,
is.
but shout out to my friend Bradley, who... so I explained to him that in the old Metroid games, the faster you complete it, a different ending you get with, like, Samus, she takes it for armor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he speculated, what if the devs actually put a different sequence in, but only if you get under an hour? Like, they expected people to break the game and get under an hour, so that would be pretty
Right.
fun. I don't think
Right,
that could be true at all, but it would be a fun
No.
speculation.
I think that'd be a bit too like hiding something like that behind what to most people, even people who are big fans of Metroid, something like that. I think they'd maybe go, no, that's just a bit. I don't think that's the right thing necessarily to do. I mean, maybe a little Easter egg or something somewhere, but no, I don't think they would do something like that.
No. It's weird. I wonder why they didn't. It must have been a choice because...
Oh yeah, it's like I say, because like I mean, like they have a Zero Suit Samus model, they have a full face model and body model and everything, so it seems weird that you would kind of not waste it per se, but you would kind of just have it like that. Because I mean, everything else is like previous ones, like, you know, the death screen has, you know, you see the Zero Suit Samus model because the armor blows off. So why not just go the extra step and also have that as like an ending thing? I mean,
have
the
no
artwork,
clue.
like the artwork and stuff is cool, because I know obviously you get artwork for it, but
Yeah.
I don't know, something a bit more substantial, because like artwork in a modern game is kind of,
Meh.
I mean, it's interesting, but like not something you can't find eventually just online. It gets uploaded either in official channels or otherwise.
Yeah.
You know, so it seems weird that that's what they went with.
It is. We just got introduced there to the new Emmy, which is Yellow Emmy or Speed Booster Emmy.
Fast Emmy, as I called it.
Facet Emmy.
Facet Emmy.
But we'll get to
Extremely
Speed Booster way later. Not right now. So first Morph Ball, we're going back to Green Emmy, and man, am I happy to destroy Green Emmy, because...
I'm trying to think what Emmy gave me the most trouble. I think Speed Emmy and the Wave Beam Emmy. Oh no, was it Ice Beam?
I think it's Ice Beam. Well, Wave Beam can stun with the purple beam, and then Ice Emmy just freezes you. But
I mean, like the freeze one wasn't too bad because if you're behind the wall, that's fine. But like the Wave Beam one stunning you like it did, like in normal mode, especially when I was but a mere baby at the game, like that was just.
I've seen other people's runs die because they got sniped by the purple Emmy, which is really funny. Didn't happen to me though. Ice Emmy messed over my run once, so that's fun. But for Ice Emmy you need to take some substantial risks, and I think I'll have to risk in this run too with Ice Emmy, which is going to be a fun watch for sure. So I'm still behind on time. I walked the wrong way there, I don't know if you saw that, but it's fine, you know. I corrected myself really fast. So we're going into the control room right now. Time to destroy that brain. So a fun tip that I didn't know about, those onion rings, or I don't know, I call them onion rings, the flaming rings there, you can actually parry attack them, so when you dash and then attack them.
That would have been useful to know, because I noticed that the first time you were using like the melee as a dodge and
and also destroy those rings.
Past them. Yeah. So that like if I'd known that would have made my hard run
for sure,
faster.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I'm going for fast green Emmy kill right here, and I think it's gonna be okay. Yeah, this must be good. Yeah, so he's gonna make a weird somersault right here, and he's trying to juke you out, but you need to have a little patience, because he'll juke you and you'll get grabbed and you'll die. So, but this was good. This was my fastest green Emmy kill ever, I think. So. Pretty cool. And I'm gonna save a lot of time right here. So I'm in the plus right now, I'll be in the minus after this, for sure. Gold splits don't mean a lot, because I have only done like 24 runs in total, so...
Yeah, so it's not anything earth-shattering quite yet.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not in the minus yet. Okay, well, I only saved about 8.5 seconds, so... But still, it's small savings, that counts.
Still pretty good.
Yeah. So we're gonna grab Varia Suit, and that lets you enter heat areas, which will normally kill you. And the heat areas are kind of red.
Has there been any other sequence breaks yet?
Besides no,
the first one?
Not yet.
No,
We'll get to one very soon, though.
Right. I mean, not that realistically I would remember, because as I say, I've only played through this game twice, and the game being as huge and maze-like like it is, I doubt I would even notice unless it was stuff like, for example, you know, seeing the tail disappear from the first boss after you've already beat it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sure interesting. It's gonna get really, really interesting soon, because up until now it's pretty normal, other than the pseudo wave beams at the start. So yeah, Varia suit. We'll go back to Artaria with the teleporter. There are some teleporters, just kind of how do you say it, scrambled across the map, I think you could say. Huh?
I was gonna say, how, speaking of the Varia suit,
Yeah.
I kind of wish, and this is just like a segue because we're mentioning the Varia suit.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that they kept more of the color scheme elements from the base suit on the later suits, because I really like the color scheme for the base suit.
Oh yeah, me too. I really like the
and
blue one.
It's a kind of, it's already a kind of hybrid of the Metroid fusion, kind of organic look, like the musculature and the regular suit that she normally wears. I thought it was a good cross.
Yeah.
And then later on, it changes to be more like the Varia suit and the Gravity suit, which I don't know. I kind of wish it kept that original design a bit longer.
Yeah. So people have actually been trying to find a Varia suit skip where you don't actually need to pick up Varia suit, and as you can imagine, that's really, really hard. And it's actually possible, but it isn't faster. So.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm picking it up for sure.
You're skipping Varia and going straight to Gravity or something.
No, they don't even pick up Gravity Suit, because Gravity Suit skip is an actual threat that is being run, but that's part of the unrestricted and not of the, because it's a major glitch. So you need to perform a glitch which is called Axis Skew, and it basically means that you kind of break the way that Samus moves, so you can charge up a speed booster so that you can enter an area that you're not supposed to enter. It's really complicated, but we won't get into that because it's not part of this run. This is the escape scene because the lava's coming up, but you'll never see the lava coming up because it's too fast.
I don't think I ever seen it anyway.
No, it's really, really slow. You have to deliberately
I didn't even know that lava was rising until you mentioned it right there.
Yeah, you can actually see it on the minimap. It's all red now.
Oh yeah, it's kind of fallen behind, alright.
Yeah, so I'm opening this charge beam door there, and then there we go, bada bim bada boom. Various suit.
Video.
And I got a gold split on this for 0.4 seconds, which is pretty cool. It's the small optimization. I think the Varia suit split is my most optimized split. It's really, really easy to. It's always the same. Oh, I'm actually grabbing the missiles here. Interesting. So I actually decided that I wouldn't grab those missile plus tank, which gives you an extra 10 missiles, because I sometimes would die because I would be too low health.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did pick them up this time, which is cool. I think intended wise, you're actually supposed to pick them up whenever you got gravity suit, because then you can enter lava. But you just kind of skip that and you just, you know, grab it. I'm getting very low health here, so a bit concerned, but it'll be alright. So we'll go back in the red teleporter. And now we're off to fight Kraid, which is the big crocodile man.
Yeah, I'm curious as to how Kraid is somehow back from being a literal skeleton.
Yeah, me too. It's weird.
Unless maybe, I mean, I don't know.
Maybe it's an offspring.
I don't know the deepest lore of Metroid that maybe I should, but maybe Kraid's just a species of big crocodile man.
I did play Super Metroid, but did Kraid actually turn to a skeleton? Wasn't that Crocomire that turned into a skeleton?
I might be getting mixed up, possibly.
I think
either way, he died and the planet exploded.
Yeah, true.
So
yeah, maybe he was saved with the animals? Question mark. Save the animals.
It turns out he was running alongside you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so I always enter that save room right there, which you're not supposed to enter because it's on the left, and I always do it, and I almost did it again. I just can't remove that habit of mine.
You've done it so often that your muscle memory started to kick in.
Yeah, for sure.
That's another thing, speaking of which, I was hoping that, you know, because there's always like an escape sequence.
It's pretty hot in there.
Spicy.
Yeah.
There's always an escape sequence in the Metroid.
Yeah.
And I was really hoping they would have at least an eggy thing for like
saving.
The animals
Yeah,
or
me
something.
too. Me too.
Because that's quite a known thing, especially for Super Metroid.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Crate is coming
Especially
up here. Crate is coming up here.
Oh, here we go. Right, yeah.
So you need to fall down here. Yeah. So Crate is actually, I think, because I've been looking into like Super Metroid 2, I think a lot of people meme it and call him Craig instead, which is a shame because we invited our friend Craig to join too, but he just didn't have time right now.
He didn't.
But he would have appreciated that.
He's too busy chained up in a hospital bed like the scene here.
Yes. Poor Craig. Maybe I'll invite Craig for something else in the future.
You can do a glitchless run or something.
Oh yeah.
We'll be here for 6 hours.
Yeah. So this is first phase, and now you just spam the heck out of his belly button. And oh, I actually got an early. I don't know if you've done that, Ken, but you can actually jump on those things and then get an early.
Oh yeah. Because that's how you get the parry off him as well.
Yeah. So you parry and then you don't shoot, and then he'll kind of go at you. So that's also the cutscene skip. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I missed. But luckily the belly button was already charged up, so I could just spam it.
I don't think, was that one parryable? I don't think that one was parryable.
That one wasn't, no.
Right.
The fist bump, but then you have like the side sweep, and the side sweep is variable.
Yeah, the side sweep's parryable, but the fist bump isn't.
Yeah, I had a bit of trouble with this boss casually, I think.
Yeah,
and this is a very bad boss fight for me, by the way. I should have been over already, but now it's over, so it's fine.
I think I was maybe my 4th attempt I got him on normal. I was like 2nd attempt on hard because again I kind of knew it. And at that point I wasn't even like, see the whole parrying thing? See, because I was that focused on not getting hit with a lot of the bosses the first time I did it. Sometimes I wouldn't notice the cue for a parry, and I'm pretty sure in normal I didn't parry him once.
Yeah, me neither actually.
Whereas the second time round I was looking for it, you know, and I seen it, and then suddenly the fight became a whole lot easier.
It wasn't very obvious. Would you consider that bad game design? Because I remember that I didn't parry him either, because I just didn't notice.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, cause see, now that I know what it looks like, that yellow flash.
Yeah.
It's very quick.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, I wouldn't call it bad game design or anything like that. I mean, it wasn't invisible or anything.
Yeah.
Like, I would call it bad game design if they changed, for example,
the color of the cue or the sound. Yeah.
Like sometimes there wasn't a cue at all, and it was just your pot luck. Like you just tried parrying some physical attack and it worked with some, worked with. That'd be bad game design.
Yeah.
But I think it was just me being a brainlet and just focusing on not dying.
Yeah.
On normal, because I certainly, as I say, like even though I was playing on hard, I didn't have as much trouble with the game on hard. Because
you just learned the game.
Because you know what all I was doing was just not getting hit as often because I knew what to look for. You know.
Okay, so major sequence break coming up right now. We're actually gonna grab grapple beam, and you actually do this by shooting the floor here, which is an open space. And then you're actually here, and then you kind of need to make like a weird ball kick here. And then you slide off here, and you jump mid-air. And then you are over here, which you're not supposed to be here right now. But people speculate that it's... Yeah, you actually can. It's kind of like Donkey Kong Country Returns, where you roll off an edge, and then you can jump again.
And then you can do a jump, okay.
Yeah, so that's cool, and people speculate that this is an actual intended sequence break. Kind of a wink from the developers, like, oh, you can do this, but it's still, it's not hard. I told myself if I fail the early grapple beam jumps, I will actually reset my run because I don't want to show me failing early grapple beam in a video.
Right, fair.
I'm actually scrolling back in the splits right now to see what went wrong, but a lot went wrong, but you know, it's only like max 20 seconds that I'm behind, so...
Yeah,
still fine.
Stuff like you can get some outstanding, you know, luck or RNG or later on, and it makes up for it.
Yeah,
it's always what happens, I think, even with exceptionally good runs.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so you shouldn't be here at this point. No.
You shouldn't be here, no, not at all. So I'm gonna grab the grapple beam, which is gonna come in great handy. So I've run so much that I forgot where you're actually supposed to grab grapple beam in the like natural progression.
Yeah.
I don't even know anymore. But this is cool. We can grapple those doors. We can grapple onto those things, and grapple onto spider magnet walls. Like here. So I think part of the game is that you're supposed to exit from where we came from. I think that's like the whole thing about the secret break.
Yeah, you're not there for very long, I don't think.
Yeah, no, I'm traveling back right now.
You grab the thing and you leave. I think that's true even in a non-sequence broke one. I mean,
yeah,
again,
but you're coming from the right then, I think.
I'm trying to remember it from my back-to-back playthroughs. That was like a month ago now.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, the game's been out since the 8th of October, I think it was.
Yeah, so that's been about, and I got it.
Over a month.
I got it day of launch.
Yeah.
So, and I played it. I completed it normal hard back-to-back. So
yeah, you were ill back then, right? Because remember Stace picking it up for you.
There was a potential that I may have had COVID, so I took I didn't go into college that day and stuff, and then Stacey came in with it, so I basically just played that while I was ill.
Yeah.
And then in return I gave Stacey the incredibly bad cold that I had. So yeah.
Oh damn.
Rip.
Poor Stacey.
That was my payment.
Yeah. Well, you guys live together, so I mean that stuff just happens.
Fun
part actually. You can actually come back from where you came, and it's faster, but it's significantly harder to survive. So yeah, and I'm gonna try to grab this part here, which bada bing bada boom, got that part. Then
I had that is one thing I do remember. I remember seeing that around about at the same level of progression in my hard playthrough and thinking, should I maybe just try and grab that?
Yeah.
From where it is, but I never risked it.
Yeah. Well, there's a save room right here, or an admin briefing room.
I think when I was doing my hard, it wasn't supposed to be a speed run, but I was like, I just wasn't time wasting, I suppose. Like if there was a pickup that was kind of on my way to the next, section or whatever it was I'd go in, generally I would make the effort to pick it up.
It definitely loses its charm if you already done 100% normal, for sure.
Yeah.
So this one is pretty complicated because the Emmy will for sure be really upset with you. And I am kind of sweating right now because this never happened to me, so I'm kind of like, what's gonna happen? And he decided to go the other way, and now I can shoot this wall. You can only shoot very particular walls, so it's not like you can shoot every wall. So that's what we need grapple beam for, because then we can grab the fast bomb right here. Because otherwise, I don't know what you're supposed to do otherwise, actually. It's been so long since I played casually.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah. So we need to it's very dark here. We need to activate the generator for this area. And after that, we'll grab the bomb, and then we'll go to Berenia for the flesh shift. Or how did you pronounce the names? Because I always said Berenia and Ferenia, but I think some people say Berenia and Ferenia. Or
yeah, I mean it's the whole carbine,
yeah.
Thing.
Yeah.
It's
how did you pronounce
probably
it?
Correct. And given that we don't hear it vocalized in any capacity, I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, it doesn't. But how did you pronounce it?
Verenia, I think.
Yeah. It sounds more alien that way.
When it ends like that, the NIA, it's unless I've heard it initially been said, like with the I is like an E, like a long E. I'll just say Nia, so Verenia.
Oh yeah, I see.
I don't know how it is with non-English native speaking people, but that's just how I do it. And I mean, technically the Scots aren't native English speaking people anyway, with the way we butcher the language, but still.
So true. So true. Yeah, so Gannon's from Scotland and I'm from the Netherlands. So
I'm from a third world country.
Oh, actually, you can make a small shortcut here, but I forget it sometimes. So let's see if I get it. Oh no, I didn't forget it this time.
What's the shortcut?
It's just that you shoot through the floor and then you can go through here,
right,
and then that kind of rids you off having to go through one of the
you like
bomb
a
pipes.
second or something.
Yeah, like 3 seconds.
See, that's another thing I didn't know you could do is punch those mines.
Yeah, I actually discovered that by accident. Not in this run, but in another one. And now we're getting my most hated enemy of the game, this flying thing right there. Not the tentacle monster here, but the flying thing right on the left.
the dart firing thing.
I hate him with the fiery passion. I always just shoot this one because I always get hit and get knocked back into the water. So off to the train, and let's get to another fun loading screen that is a bit longer because I'm playing physical. It surprises you how much like knowledge and research you need to do to be able to speedrun such a game like this. Like, only to get to know the glitches alone, it's like pretty wild.
like I know Super Metroid's probably one of the most popular. I mean, I'm casually familiar with the speedrunning community, but I'm pretty sure Super Metroid is up there with one of the most popular.
It is, yeah. It's actually the most, or not Super Metroid, Metroid is the most popular game on speedrun.com right now.
Right,
I think.
yeah, because
So,
it's out.
yeah.
I mean, I think it's fair to say that Metroidvania games in general have always been really popular for speedrunning because there's lots of experimentation you can do with sequence breaking with a lot of them.
Yeah.
I know that Symphony of the Night has quite a big speedrunning community.
Yeah.
You know,
Castlevania is pretty big, indeed.
I don't think it's anywhere near the same as Super Metroid or anything like that. That might just be because Super Metroid's easier to get a hold of and run for most people's systems over, like, you know, a PlayStation game that has like various 3D components to it and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've never played Super Metroid as a kid, but I loved it. I love playing it.
Easily one of my favorite games.
Yeah.
Easily one of my favorite games. I didn't play it until, God, I first played and completed it when I bought it from the Wii
Virtual Console, yeah.
That was the first time I played it, and I played it to death. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I love it too. It's so good.
Because
it sure has its shortcomings, but it's such a great game still.
I had played. I mean, I think the first proper Metroid game I played was Prime and Fusion.
Yeah, for the GameCube ones.
Yeah, that was my first two Metroid games. Like, I mean, it's not like I wasn't born when the other ones were out. I'd never played any of the older ones or any of the ones kind of in between those. You know.
Yeah.
It took me until the Metroid Prime trilogy came out on the Wii to play 2 and 3, Metroid Prime 2 and 3, for example.
Yeah, I've never played those. I've never been big on the Metroid games, but I've always had an interest in them. So
I mean, like Prime, I think's got a fairly healthy speedrunning community.
Yeah.
I don't think it's even a fraction. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think it's even a fraction of Super Metroid, but. A bit like I remember watching a couple of years ago now, like like the world record speedrunner for, I'm pretty sure, the first Metroid Prime, and that's pretty impressive. So, you know, there's definitely it's different because obviously you're talking about fully 3D environments and that, but there's still opportunities for things like sequence breaking and like doing you know, like kind of glitches and things like that. So. Yeah, I mean, if you've never played Metroid Prime, any of them, then I would absolutely recommend it. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if, you know, Nintendo could re-release it, or I don't know, the
Nintendo,
Switch.
please, yeah. What if they do like a big, like they did for Bayonetta, where they have Bayonetta 1 and 2 on the same cartridge?
I don't know. I mean, like, on the one hand, it's like, I mean. On the one hand, I'm kind of like, I'd rather they put their efforts into just making new games, and I know they're making a Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
But
wait, Ken, something interesting is gonna come up. So I'm gonna do a water bomb jump. It's called. So normally you can't gain height by water bombs in the water, but if I explode myself once and then unmorph, then place a bomb and then morph again, then I can gain some height there, and that saves some seconds, and it will be used later in the run. So it needs quite a bit of an explanation, but I think that's the kind of the basics of it. But yeah, I needed to answer.
No, you're just playing the rules of the system.
Yeah, yeah, it's
gaining height separately. Don't worry.
It's a weird glitch for sure, but that's also a small glitch that you're allowed to use for no major glitches.
Yeah.
So, you know, pretty cool. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in the older games for sure.
The problem, and I think that's kind of the reason why I'm like, I would like them to re-release them, is because, for example, the Metroid Prime trilogy in the Wii, I'm pretty sure that fetches a pretty penny online.
It must do.
For that, because it was my youngest brother of all people that bought it. And then I found out how much it was going for, like, online. This was obviously way after he got it. I think around about when it came out, when it was just there, you know, and it wasn't difficult to get.
Yeah.
But nowadays it's quite a difficult one to find, and I'm pretty sure it still goes for a good bit of money because it's one of the only to a lot of people it's the best way to play it. because you know the GameCube version of it didn't have like motion controls. You were just
Yeah.
like, manually aiming.
Yeah. Same
Whereas
for
the,
Twilight Princess then, I think, in most cases.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is gonna get really scary because I miss a few jumps here, and this guy is fast.
Right.
This
Oh
is
my
speed
God.
booster Emmy, so I actually have to flash shift, which makes you dash. It can make you dash 3 times in a row, so I'm doing a fast strat here where you grab the ledge. It can kind of make your wall jumps a bit easier, so that's cool.
I think you dodge that
By a ball here, as you would always say.
definitely.
Yeah. So watch this. He'll be dead really fast because she's shooting 3 at a time, so boom. And I even got hit a few times. And this Emmy is always really scary for me to kill because if you know how sensitive the stick is for aiming this Omega cannon.
Yeah.
If you miss him once, he'll just charge at you with full speed. So and you're dead. So this is really scary for me right now. Because this could kind of decide to run whether I want to run this or not. And it's already 48 minutes in. But I got it. So no spoilers there.
Yeah, because I did notice it when it came to things like the Emmys, like there's very clearly always sections that it expects you to go to actually to get them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like long stretches of
Yeah.
an area where it gives you plenty of opportunity to do it, whereas previous areas don't, or at least aren't intended to.
Yeah, I think for the other areas you can actually move around the whole Emmy area to do it, or most part of it, I think, because I feel like the farther you get, the less space they give you to kill the Emmy. I don't know if you noticed that too, but so you can actually do the speed booster strat here to get the extra missiles. I think I get it.
Well,
No, I won't.
I
missed.
Yeah, well, that was, I think that's one of the first ones I did where I was just like, how the hell do you get up there?
Yeah.
And eventually I gave up and I just
Looked up a
I
video.
looked up,
Oh,
and
if
then
you
I
morph
found
ball
out-
here and then do it, you won't get the cutscene. So you get like a small cutscene if you.
Oh yeah, because it kind of shows you flying up.
Yeah,
or
it shows you flying up. Yeah, and if you morph ball, it will actually save some time. I don't know how much, but it will save some. I missed the fast strat, so I'll just take the backup strat. You know, it's fine. Oh, what happened there? I didn't grab the ledge.
No,
It's fine.
disaster.
It's fine. And speed boost again. And jump. And jump. And jump.
Hey.
Oh yeah, if you actually press the L button, which makes you aim, you stand still immediately after your speed boost, so you don't have any forward momentum. You'll just be
You just
zero
stop.
speed. Yeah, it's very nice. So now we're coming up to Ferenia, as I pronounce it. And in Ferenia, we're gonna meet up with Quiet Robe. I don't know if you remember him. You probably do.
Yeah, he's Big Birdman that is actually helpful.
Yeah, the main helpful Birdman for sure. And we'll skip the cutscene, but you know, he'll be there and he'll actually disable all the enemies for us that are still alive right now.
I'm actually curious, like another segue a little bit, but I'm actually curious if you know the language that they speak.
Yeah, the Chozo language.
I'm just wondering if that was made for this, or whether they've just taken like an existing language.
I think it was made for this. I think it was made
Because
for
it clearly isn't like just random sounds or anything. You know, it's all pretty unique.
Yeah.
Which I quite like. That was a good little. That was a nice touch, I thought.
Yeah, it was. So here's a small flying robot, which are really annoying in the first place. Those things that you need to shoot because it will block the door for you. And here's like a mini boss. And we'll see more of these robots, and I hate them. I died so much. But look at this. You have right enough space to charge a Shine Spark. And if you jump into him with a Shine Spark, it does 50% HP damage. So
you do it twice?
Yeah, you do it twice, and he's dead. Bye.
Oh, okay. That's good enough.
It's quite hard to pull it off, but you know.
Well, weirdly, I never actually had that much trouble with them. The one thing, and it is something I was going to bring up later because obviously you're going to fight them a lot.
Yeah.
I think one of my criticisms of the game, and I really liked Dread.
That they recycled that one mini boss.
They recycle a lot of mini bosses.
Yeah, they
a
do.
lot.
Yeah.
Like and I think it's arguable that you know they make up for it with having really good, interesting, flashy main boss
Major
fights.
bosses,
They
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
It's arguable they make up for it, but I just wish they'd done just something a little bit different with them.
Yeah.
Because like, but when it gets to the point where you're fighting the 6 of those Chozo guys
soldiers,
with the big long
yeah.
sticks, I was just kind of like, this is just, and they don't even change that much tactically.
Yeah.
If they change at all, like, oh, okay, now this one's morphing and fires, vomits stuff at you, or now it has a shield. But they even repeat those ones, and it's the same with like the Emmy areas. Like, I know the Emmys themselves have slightly different characteristics, but then you get to like the control unit.
Yeah.
At the end of it, and it's just the same fight every time.
Yeah, it
really.
is, yeah.
And I kind of wish they'd put just a little bit more effort into making.
Yeah, or just small touches that actually kind of indicates or like makes it feel different from each other. It doesn't even have to be different moves, just something visual for sure.
Like,
oh, you'll see me talking to webcam, by the way. That's because I was in call with I think with Bradley, the one friend that I said earlier.
Oh yeah.
So I was just kind of he's been interested in the run, so I was kind of explaining some stuff to him.
Right.
But yeah.
It's fine, we can just say any mistakes you made were all his fault.
It was all his fault. he'll enjoy it. He'll probably watch the video too. I'm actually also having some chewing gum, but because I found that I got kind of nervous later on, because it's a long run and you get really nervous that you mess something up. But if I have some chewing gum, that kind of calms down my nerves, I found, so I just had that for a bit. Not that nervous of a person normally, but it's just,
Well, long run. I mean, I think the closest I've ever came to speedrunning game was. Do you remember the game Limbo?
Yeah.
Right. So
it's a 2D platformer with like kind of the silhouette kind of.
Yeah. I mean, okay, it's not really a speedrun, but it certainly comes under the same category of like a challenge run. But I had it on the 360 when this was when it first came out, back when Xbox Live Arcade was good.
Yeah.
And I played that desk. I really like Limbo.
Small shot right here, but yeah.
Small shot, but but like and I really liked it. I did multiple playthroughs of it, and it was one of these ones where I was like, oh, I could potentially get all the achievements in this, and I didn't do that often for games. I had to really get into a game to really want to do all the achievements, And one of the achievements was to complete the game, complete Limbo, with 3 or less deaths.
Yeah.
And I mean, the game's not that long. It really isn't that long, especially if you played it a lot like I did to try and get this achievement. But I remember being like shaking with adrenaline the closer I would get, to the end of it. So, and I don't consider myself a particularly nervous person either. But I mean, I can't imagine what it's like having to do, like. Not even a flawless run, but just like a consistently good run over the course of 2 hours or something.
It gets pretty nerve-wracking. By the way, that speed booster strat that you saw there, if you do it correctly, you can actually speed boost in Morph Ball and go like super fast under that bridge. So that's really cool. And you can do a speed booster strat there too, but it's too hard for me. We're actually coming up on another sequence break or glitch, both at the same time. We're actually skipping the boss Rogaiga, the underwater boss. So we can actually shoot that bulb behind there by doing this trick, which is called a pseudo wave beam again. But it's called a DT slide, I think. They gave it a name. I don't know why it's called that, but.
So it's kind of similar to what you did at the start.
Yeah, so
you're kind of shooting through a wall.
Yeah, it mainly has something to do with the hitbox that Samus shoots at, and because you're sliding, you're lowering that hitbox. But then because the hitbox falls out while you jump, you kind of can shoot through the wall sometimes. That's the best explanation that I can give simply.
No, I think I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
helping the hitbox catch the hitbox of the other thing.
Yeah. It was really it was probably my best Rogaiga skip that I ever did. It was a pretty good attempt there. I think I hit 2 out of 3, which is great because sometimes I can't even do it twice in 10 times. So, pretty good. And we're going to Super Missile, which is a total obsolete item, I think. I think it's a very strange item because it just upgrades your missile. There's no difference between a Super Missile and a missile to me.
It just makes it stronger.
Yeah, it just makes another sound and it does more damage, but you know, as in Super Metroid, there was actually a difference between a normal missile and
Oh
a
yeah,
super
you
missile.
had well you had super missile doors. I think they were green.
Oh, wait. Look at this. We're gonna have a mini boss fight, and I'm gonna have to do a speed boost or strats. So again, a shine spark into the boss, which you can only do once. So he's at 50% HP right now, and now it's just spamming missiles. But yeah, go on about the super missiles.
Yeah, no, it was just and they did have like a progress blocking function like super missiles.
Yeah.
In the sense that, you know, there was super missile doors
Yeah.
in for Metroid, and as I say, I think they were green, but the green doors in this have been replaced by, is it the wave beam?
No, so there's actually super missile doors, but they are only in Gavaron, I think, which is the place that we're in right now. Yeah, so we're right now in Gavaron. I fell down.
You'll need to point them out to me, because I don't remember there being any super
Yeah,
missile
so
doors.
I didn't either until I started running again. So scary moments, Emmy zone, ice Emmy. But because I set it quiet rope disabled him, he's just standing right there and he doesn't do anything. But yeah, we'll see him very soon because we're grabbing Super Missile very soon. This split is great, by the way. My boss fight was good, my Drogaiga skip was good, so I'm gonna save a bit of time here, I can imagine. So first an Adam briefing, which is obligatory. And destroy my arm by spamming there.
Yep.
If something destroys my arm in my old age, I actually blame those Chozo soldiers, and you see why.
Yeah.
We'll get to the Chozo soldiers soon.
Is that the fight with the two of them?
No, that's the robots one. I mean the kind of warrior ones that transform into nightmare mode.
The ones with the stick, the big stick.
So super missile, it's a green missile like in the older games, and you can actually open. It does more damage than a normal missile, so I'm probably being kind of a bitch about it, but I just feel like they should have made like a distinction, and they should have had more of these doors. See, do you see that? That's a super missile door right there. And you also have another green door, but that's kind of like a transparent green door, and that's a plasma beam door.
Oh wait, so right, okay, so they are right, okay.
There is a distinct difference between
I'm thinking of the green door I was thinking of in this is the kind of transparent one that you use the wave beam on.
Yeah, that's the plasma beam.
Yeah,
plasma beam. Because wave beam is the purple one. So
yeah, so there is literally like two those or three in this case.
Yeah, and I think that's actually kind of bad design in my opinion. They should have made the plasma beam door different, I think. But also weird, because after Super Missile, you instantly grab Plasma Beam. You go to Alun, which we're going to right now.
Yeah, you don't keep it for very long.
Yeah, I pronounce it like Alun, by the way. So,
what's it called? Alun?
Alun, yeah, Alun. I don't know. It's weird. It sounds like something from World of Warcraft to me, even though I've never played that game.
Yes.
But yeah. So Plasma Beam is coming up, and after Alun, all the Emmys are activated again, so it's scary Emmy time again. And it's gonna get really sweaty soon, so...
Scary Emmys. What scary Emmys are left? Ice Beam, Wave Beam... is that it?
It's Blue Emmy, Purple Emmy, and that's it, I think, yeah.
Yeah, that's the doors I was thinking of there.
Yeah, so that's the Plasma Beam door, and they look kinda alike. Like, if you save it in your mind as green door, then, you know, you won't find the difference.
Well, that's exactly what I've done.
That's what I done too, because I was like, wait, I don't remember. Because I was trying to open those doors with Super Missile, but that wouldn't work, obviously.
Well, yeah, I think now you mentioned that I did the same thing when I first seen them, because I just seen they were green. You know, even though they look slightly different.
Yeah. So I don't want to bash on this game too hard when I say bad game design, because I still love this game to bits.
I don't think I wouldn't even call it bad game design. It's one of these things where you're like, I would have liked to have seen it
different,
maybe more prevalent. Like it's like you say, like they're maybe in that one area and that's it. But then a lot of the time, getting the upgrades is a means of accessing different areas of the map, so it's also that as well, but you know,
yeah,
it is what it is.
Oh, now that I picked up Plasma Beam, I noticed my time on my split, and in Super Missile I saved like 2.5 minutes, and that's because I actually got stuck in my personal best before this, which is the 149.56 that you see at Escape. But yeah, I made up for that really, really well by even performing the Drogaiga skip pretty well and then doing the boss fight. So this is a Chozo soldier, and this is why my arm might be messed up in 30 years. Because this spamming is very unhealthy for you if you do it the wrong way. But that's all up to me, you know. I decided that I wanted to run this game and do it my way. Also because I'm a cursed lefty, so I can't really mash the button with my right arm.
Yeah.
You know.
Just get one of those what is it called? Rapid fire triggers.
No, you can't use turbo controllers for the run.
Nah, just go tell them. You'll never know.
They'll listen to this, Ken. You'll never be accepted.
Yeah, but you're not using one, so it's fine.
I actually do have a turbo controller, but I'm not using it right now.
Oh,
I'm using
no,
a pro
you've said
controller.
it now. That's it. You've just invalidated the run.
Oh no! Oh no! No, I actually show my pro controller quite a few times in the run, I think. So we're going to ice missiles. I borrowed this controller off a friend of mine, and he probably won't watch this video, but I'm very grateful that I got to borrow this.
Now you won't know that the life of his controller has been severely degraded by your machine gun button presses.
It actually catch dust on his cabinet, he said, because he's not using it right now.
I use it all the time. I really like the Pro Controller. I think
it's great. Yeah, he just doesn't play his Switch as often. We play some Smash at his place sometimes, but then we just play with GameCube controllers like this sweaty Smash players that we are.
Fair.
We do use deodorant though, so.
And presumably you also shower.
And shower, yeah. The good combo, yeah.
Yeah. We're rare Smash players that shower.
We are. Well, I'm not that much of a Smash player, honestly, but you know.
Nah,
it's fine. But
you're
yeah.
among friends here, you can admit it.
So we're grabbing ice missiles, and I do remember something dumb. Oh, my speed booster didn't went off there because I was a bit too late. Yeah, that was just totally my mistake. Yeah, I actually do remember that this happened in this run, and this is pretty funny. So let's actually watch after the Adam briefing, of course. This machine room makes a really funny noise sometimes. It goes beep, 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 and it always goes in the same tune, and I always imitate it when I'm in the room for some reason. It's fun.
Because of your mental illness, obviously.
Because of my mental illness, yeah.
What one's this again? Is this
is ice enemy. Ice enemy, yeah. So I'm getting really close to this guy, and boom, I'm getting sniped by the ice. No, and I was like, no, grab, and then I got actually caught, but then bam,
oh my god.
Actually managed to parry him, and then I get away to the ceiling. Yeah, you can actually grab that ceiling there, which is a revelation.
The thing is, normally I'd be like, I'd hesitate to use the term lucky for what is obviously a piece of skill.
Yeah.
But see, given just how small the window is and how random it is, that is basically just luck.
So water bomb jump there, by the way. And this is where the run gets pretty funny. This guy here is a total. I don't want to swear, but like. He is not very fun, and he actually messed up this whole cycle for me. I think a few times even. Like I got boosted up there, and then I didn't grab the thing in time, and I'm actually losing a minute over this. He actually, I want to kill him so bad.
I mean, at that point, it's like just kill him.
So if he's off screen, you can't hit him, and he always goes back to his like original position. So here I go. I think I. Oh, I even messed up here.
Cringe.
Yeah, I'm dying on the inside right now because this is a pretty decent run, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even that. It's like this is just.
I'm so angry. I'm so angry. Please die. Oh, make sure to grab his X parasite because otherwise he'll just respawn. Which is like the small floating blobs that you see sometimes. The enemies drop that after a bit, after you get to Elun, and then they just respawn if you don't grab that. That's the blob, which is annoying.
That was legitimately about a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll see me lose a minute, so... yeah, Shine Spark the armor, instant kill. And then just spam him. It gets more interesting for the last Dammy, actually. You'll see that soon.
You get one sequence of onion rings fired at you there.
Yeah. Pretty awesome. You get Plasma Beam. Plasma Beam does more damage too, I think. So yeah, it's time to kill Ice Enemy, and there's a fast Ice Enemy kill, but I haven't figured it out yet, or I haven't looked into it much.
Right.
So what I do here is I just use the flash shift to get on the other side. I wait for the enemy to actually get over here. and then I'll just kill him on the ceiling.
Yeah, I actually think that's what you're meant to do.
Yeah,
I think this
me
is
too.
one of these areas where I'm like, this is where the designer's intended for you to do it, because you don't get much room anywhere else. Because he has to crawl along that whole wall.
Yeah. And bang. So sometimes this ice enemy actually trolls you on the ceiling, and when you actually shoot his armor off, he will sometimes just turn around and go the other way.
Wow.
And you'll have to wait for him to climb up, and then just shoot him like point blank in the face.
Can't believe he's done this.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm losing like how many seconds?
Find out.
Man, imagine if I don't sync the sound well with this video and I'm just gonna look like an idiot who can't sing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to make sure that that's actually syncs up.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Let's just make sure it's actually successfully recorded this time as well.
Oh yeah. So last time for my Lego Racers run, I actually I still doubt whether it's my fault or not, but my software didn't record, and we recorded the full 50-minute run with commentary with Canon states, and it just didn't save. So
What a disaster that was.
that was a big disaster. It's still recording right now though, so that's good.
That's fine. We're fine then.
We're fine. And I audio checked, but you know, we'll have to see how that turns out. So right now we're going to Hanubia, which is the final area. We won't be there for long.
I did like a lot of the design of a lot of areas that were all.
Oh, I'm
fairly
wrong. We're going
distinct.
to Ferenia. Sorry, I'm wrong. We're going to Ferenia.
Going to Farinia?
Ferenia?
That's what I call it.
Yeah.
In that exact tone of voice.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting space jump. My favorite glitch of the run. Early space jump. It's coming up right now. So for early space jump, another pseudo wave beam. But this one is really interesting because you need to have a really specific setup where you melee into a wall and then aim at like an exact spot in the ground, and then you need to look at an enemy and look at the animation of the enemy. And when the animation is right, you shoot, and it actually bounces off the enemy and hits the blob. So we're gonna see it, and I think I don't get it like the first 3 tries here. So here we go, looking at the ground, looking at the enemy, and bang.
No.
Nope. And there we go.
Why specifically the animation of an enemy? That's
So
above
you need to wait until he vibrates a certain way, and then the claw is like out in a certain way where it will bounce off the claw into the blue or into the red blob.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the one above you.
No,
I was
I'm
like,
sorry, I'm
trying to be
looking at
sure
the one
about that.
down where I'm aiming at. Yeah.
Right, yeah, I see. It's because he was kind of camouflaged with the background there.
Yeah. So I'm not doing a great job right here. It's a hard trick. It's a really hard trick. So that one should have been it, but it just failed for some reason. There's a lot of
'cause you
variables.
Catch the thing next to it.
So I killed him, which is the thing that you can do by accident.
Yeah, because you're hitting him instead of the apple or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to respawn him by just walking back and forth. But don't fret because I think I'll get it right now. Let's see. And forwards, claw backwards, vibrate, shoot. So there we go. And that just drops you off at like the spawn place for the space jump, which is really, really cool. There's another early space jump trick, which if you're interested, you should look it up. It's it has something to do with bomb jumps. So yeah.
I did do. I mean, I think when I played normal and hard, I did do a couple of what I suppose could be considered sequence breaks, and it was basically done by, you know, carefully timing bomb jumps.
Yeah.
But it was only ever for things like, oh, I got, you know, an energy tank, or I got missiles
Yeah.
slightly earlier than what I should have, maybe, or what the game intended me to. But
Yeah.
it's kind of difficult to say because I know in previous games, it was perfectly like, I mean, Super Metroid, of course. You could certainly, you know, if you carefully timed it enough, you could do bomb jumps where you could just jump
Infinite
infinitely.
bomb jumps, yeah. There are infinite bomb jumps in this game too. I just don't need it in the run, so I don't use it.
Yeah.
But they're in here too, yeah.
I'm pretty sure
So-
that's another one of the funky ones.
Interesting, those grappling blocks that you just saw, you can only grab it from the side where the triangle is on, which is important for later. So right now we're moving back to Dairon, I think. Dairon is the central area, so yeah, we're moving back to Dairon. And that's because we're gonna grab early screw attack now, which also involves some glitches, which is gonna be fun. But yeah, screw attack is actually positioned in Artaria, which is the first area that you go to. So we're gonna have to go there, and it's gonna get interesting because we're gonna use all sorts of things.
Screw attack was pretty OP in this, I thought, as well.
Oh yeah, you'll
certain
see
enemies.
something amazing in there. I didn't, so because I'm not too familiar with the other games, I didn't use screw attack as an attack in my casual run, and that would have saved me a lot of headache if I just used screw attack.
I think machine enemies, especially, let's say those kind of single-eyed machine enemies.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure it's either a one hit or it's like a two hit killing them.
Two hits.
So I just use that consistently just by jumping into them.
Yeah. I needed to go there. What am I doing? No, sorry, I didn't need to go there. Never mind. I'm majorly messing up right here.
Yeah, you've gotten lost slightly,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. It's gonna be alright because I need to remember that I need to go down here. Yeah, good. Then go through the save room. Then charge my Shine Spark, which I didn't do. Great. What am I doing? I'm so lost. It's here that I realize that I need to Shine Spark. What am I doing? Get back there, you idiot.
Brain lock.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. This whole game is just a whole maze, and you just need to remember what to do. I didn't need to missile back there, so I just skipped it. Just extra seconds for nothing. It's literally 2 max missiles. Who needs those? Yeah, so yellow teleporter, and we'll go back to Artaria. I feel like an idiot. That cost me a lot of time. So I definitely have a lot of time to improve on this game, but because my arm was giving out on me by spamming the way I do spam, I decided to just lock the time in here and just do it from here. I already had it
finishing
before.
it regardless.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still a good time. I mean, the time that I'm gonna get is a big improvement over the time that I now have, which is 149. So yeah, teleporter to screw attack. Maybe I can explain something. So yeah, like I said earlier, you can't gain height in the water with bombs. So you use the water bomb jump trick to do that. But then you also can't gain height, because I do have space jump now, and we didn't explain what space jump is, but space jump just lets you infinitely jump. Oh, that was the Shine Spark down. That looks very cool. It's also called an instant Shine Spark because I melee attack before I Shine Spark, and that makes me fly immediately instead of having like a small animation.
Like the charge up
Yeah.
where you fly.
Yeah. It's like an animation cancel. But yeah, so you can't gain height with space jump underwater, which lets you infinitely jump. So what you need to do is you need to make use of a corner in the ceiling, and that will actually let you gain some height for some reason, and you'll see it soon, what I mean. So first let's blow open the door here. So you're not supposed to do anything here. This area is going to be frozen later, if you remember correctly.
Yeah.
But we're going to skip that later, so that's going to be fun. Frozen Artaria skip. So yeah, that's a water bomb jump into the height gain from space jump, and what you do is you just charge into a corner, and for some reason the game thinks you're higher than you are, and then you can grab the ledge there. It's very strange. I need to do it again, so I'll give some extra commentary on that. But yeah, screw attack, which is the most OP move in the game. It just does like, I think it does about 12 missiles of damage in one go. I'm trying to charge a Shine Spark here. Build, maybe again. Great, so what I can do now, instead of having to bomb jump and struggle my way out, I can just jump my way out, which is good. So now I need to do the jump thing again. So I'm trying to lock myself in the corner and then gain height, but I failed here, so I'm just trying again. There we go. And I'm getting a slight bit of height by the corner, and there we go.
Yeah, so
I'm
it's just enough to get you out of the water, which lets you...
It's
jump
way harder
higher
than
than
it looks.
normal.
It's harder than it looks. It's not that hard, but it's harder than it looks for sure.
No, I'm certain it is.
And we do have plasma beams, so we can go through here. And now we need to perform something right here, because we need to go back to the red teleporter. And this is kind of a struggle sometimes, but I'll get it. It's
I
fine.
hated these,
Yeah.
like, it's ridiculous.
Well, you're not
how
supposed to
annoying-
go up there, you're supposed to go down there, you know, going the wrong way.
I know, but just brushing against, like, the slightest incline just makes you go, no, I
Yeah.
guess I'll just stop.
Yeah, so dumb. Yeah, there we go. Red teleporter, back to Kataris. So we're gonna take a bunch of teleporters right now because we need to go get Gravity Suit, and Gravity Suit is located in Burenia, which is the water area below. What is it called? Gavaron, which is the greeny area.
Yeah.
I do love Gavaron. I think it's my favorite area for sure.
Yeah, I like that area. I do like the kind of the semi-submerged area. See that first area where you found the
Flash
your
shift.
favorite enemies? No,
Oh,
like the
is it
dark
Dyron?
firing ones. I think so. I can't really
It's
remember.
it's the central area, the one in the middle.
It probably is.
Yeah.
I mean, the areas in general, like I say, were really distinctive. It's
Yeah.
just that a lot of the time I can't place the names to how the areas look.
Yeah.
Kataris I can generally remember because that's the fiery lava
The fiery,
area.
yeah. But you have a bit of everything everywhere, you know. That's also fun. But yeah, we're getting early Gravity Suit, this skip is called. But it's not that complicated, I think. It just requires you to take some portals, and it doesn't require you to do a trick, but I think you can grab early Gravity Suit because you get early space jump. I think that's the whole point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. Gravity Suit lets us basically move through every area, so also through frozen areas and through lava. We can even walk through lava then, which is really cool. This teleporter seems a bit faster, but can't really tell. So this part of the run is always kind of chill because I now did my major, quote-unquote major glitches, because they're not considered major glitches, but they're like the bigger glitches of the run for me. I did all those, so I am pretty happy right now that I can just, you know, do my thing.
You're mostly just conventionally playing the game now.
Yeah. Yeah, so big detour. We're in Gavaron right now, which is all the way here, and now we need to go through the green teleporter. I'm charging up a Shine Spark because it's faster, but I actually kind of miss it, but I still grab the ledge, which is good.
Yeah.
You can fly all the way up there, but it's fine. Yeah. No harm. So this is what I mean. I ran this so much that I kind of forgot the natural progression of the game. Do you remember when Artaria gets frozen? Because I do remember that it gets frozen because it gets blocked off by this one boss, which is called Experiment 57 or something like that.
Is that the one where you fight it above the lava pit?
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
So because we have Gravity Suit, I think, we actually skip on... because we do something early, we can skip Frozen Artaria. So I think that's Gravity Suit, actually, is the reason.
Must be.
I think it actually is. It's gonna get interesting. So I need to charge a Shine Spark, and then sometimes you can get the Shine Spark and blast through the floor at the same time, but I didn't get that this time.
Oh, I remember this. This is one of those ones where you need to do.
This is one of the harder ones in the game. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I miss
this
it
is one of the
too.
last ones.
This is pretty bad. Yeah, I miss it. Man, I feel so horrible. What a joke of speedrunner I am, actually.
I know. Just give up, mate. Just hang up your controller and your cowboy hat.
I'll bring my pro controller back to my friend. I'll just tell him.
Yeah.
No, I'm bringing it back anyway. It's.
Just say sorry about the button, bro. And
sorry about the A button.
Do not elaborate any further.
Sorry about the A and the Y button. No, it's still pretty intact. It's good.
You've done it slightly different for me. Like you, when I did it, you know how when you fall down that pit at the start,
Yeah.
you're moving at an angle
Yeah.
into the slope to
Yeah.
immediately run up it, whereas I would charge the spark, shoot through that, and then when I got kind of 90 degrees to it, I would then, you know, fire myself 90 degrees to the left into it and run up it, whereas you've just you charge straight through the blocks into it.
Yeah, I learned that from watching some runs. I did watch some runs, maybe for people who do actually watch Dread speed runs. I watched Samurai Man, which is a Finnish guy, I think, someone from Finland. I watched Oats and Goats, sorry, who's an American. And
oh yeah, I've watched a couple of things.
Yeah, because Oats is actually a Super Metroid speedrunner.
That might have been where I've seen him.
Yeah, he's pretty popular, I think. But yeah, I watched him. I think I watched B-Dog, who is currently the world record holder. I think he is very good at the game. And then some just other, like, I wouldn't say random, but just some other streamers. I think.
Yeah, smaller
I don't
guys.
like calling people random streamers because I think that's kind of. You know,
we know what you mean.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're gonna jump all the way up here, and because we have space jump and screw attack, it goes pretty fast. Well, screw attack doesn't make you faster jumping, but you know. Screw attack does make this boss fight faster because you can just jump into them and it does a lot of damage. This boss fight will be over very soon.
I never thought of doing that.
Man, the amount of times I died to these twin robot guys, it's insane. And you have to fight them twice, they'll come back later.
I did like, even though I you know, my criticisms of the recycled sub-bosses notwithstanding, I did enjoy fighting day ones.
Really?
Because it gives you a big, yeah, because, like, I mean, you just made it look like a joke because you were just jumping into them, but I really liked the kind of dance, if you like jumping around them and, you know, catching them as they would come up. I quite enjoyed the fights with them, even though I don't generally like recycled sub-bosses, especially when they're used like 6 times.
I can say that I hated these with a fiery passion because they have this move, which is this like charge attack with their blade, and if it's red, you can't parry it, and it has an outstanding hitbox, which will pretty much always hit you.
The hitbox extends above it, so
it's annoying. But if it's blue, you can parry it, but it's so hard to like instantly know whether it's blue or red and exactly know what to do. I generally
just avoided. I generally just would jump over their attacks and I would just stay away from them and just kind of fire at them. That was just my general trick with it.
Flash shift is very useful indeed.
Yeah.
I didn't get a shine spark, so I just have to boost up there. So coming up here is the cross bomb fight, and I forgot his name. Very bad on me. But yeah, you can just, he evolves 2 times, so this first evolve. If you actually speed boost through him, he will die instantly, and I almost had it. I just failed, and then I failed the shine spark, so I just have to shoot him, it's fine. He'll die. And now I'll try it again, probably. So speed boost through him, failed it. I bumped into him instead of running into them. So I'll just have to do this casually. And ice missiles do a lot of damage on this boy, so I'm just using ice missiles. Pretty bad fight, like a really bad fight, but still. This is definitely somewhere where I can probably save about 30 seconds on this split alone. This boss is like so much damage, it's too much. I can't even imagine what this guy does in hard mode. I haven't played hard mode, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, hard modes, as far as I can tell, enemies didn't have any new patterns or anything. You just took much more damage when you got hit. That was really it.
Kind of general hard mode. Oh, if you shine or if you screw attack this guy 3 times, he will die. And if you shine spark him, he will die instantly. But shine spark is not that much value to charge all the way up. It's just easier to just screw attack.
Plus it'd be quicker just jumping at him. Yeah, I obviously underused screw attack for some bosses. I didn't really risk jumping into them with screw attacks. I wasn't really sure how much damage it was doing.
Yeah, it generally only does like 30 damage if you jump into someone with screw attack.
I'd be curious. I mean, it's kind of difficult to do with, you know, Switch games and stuff like that being the way that they are. But I'd be curious to see, you know, raw stats for like what damage does what to enemies.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, I
how
think there are
much
some
damage does
spreadsheets out there for that. So now we're going to
Yeah.
Nubia. It's kind of the same train station. It looks like the same train station. It's not the same, but
Yeah.
I got kind of confused there. Man, what a run, right?
I'm gonna get storm missiles now.
Yes. Yeah.
And then wave beam. I thought you get wave beam first.
Maybe. No, no, you actually get storm missile first, but it's
Oh.
very close behind each other. I don't know. So we now got cross bomb. You see me use it. You can obviously know what cross bombs is, but some people watching this video won't. So cross bomb actually does like a wave of explosion. So it does destroy more blocks at the same time. I don't know. It's not that useful for the run itself, but you need it for progression in the game. I think. I don't think you can skip it.
It does speed up a couple of things, like for example that bit there.
Yeah. Oh wait, look at this.
Like
This is gonna be a pseudo grapple beam. So you're only supposed to grab it from the left side. I'm gonna shoot through the wall and just grab it through there. So.
What? That's
Really
great.
cool. Yeah, I didn't find them that useful, but apparently they do a lot of damage on the final boss, who is called Ravenbeak. We haven't said his name yet.
Try to think if I used it. I used super bombs a couple of times because there's a couple of sequences he does where you have to go into morph ball mode. So I would just charge up a super bomb and I would let that off as he did it. And again, I don't know how much damage it did, but
well, apparently it does enough because people use it for the speedrun, I think. I think the most damage in the game is a fully charged storm missile, which you're gonna see storm missile soon if you're watching the video. We'll get there.
Yeah, storm missiles are lethal.
Yeah.
Especially on bosses.
Hard to charge though, but lethal for sure.
Yeah, like they were. I think I did mostly use them. Like about 90% of their use was all done on the last boss.
Yeah, because you're getting it very late. That's also my criticism for the game with grabbing the super bombs later, which we're gonna see. You're getting them very late in the game, but then there's also upgrades to up your max super bombs, and it's like, why even bother putting those in? Because it's so late in the game. It's no use anymore.
I mean, I don't know if you did it in your casual run, but I'm pretty certain I got 2 super bomb upgrades before I used super bomb.
Yeah, same.
So you would pick it up and it would say, I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
And that would be it.
Yeah.
Your life.
That is true.
It's like
it was something like that, yeah.
I'm
not supposed to go here. What am I doing? I'm not supposed to go there. I'm just to go. So this kind of proves that I didn't play it this far that much. Like I still get lost. But from here on out I know. Because I'm not supposed to go there, I'm supposed to go here, indeed, so that's good. I sometimes make that mistake.
That's the wave boy?
This is the wave boy, yeah. So the wave boy actually has a detection zone of the whole enemy zone. So he just hears you everywhere and he'll just come charge at you.
I remember having some issues with this guy.
Yeah.
It was definitely this one in the Speed Boy that bamboozled me in my casual play.
Yeah, I feel like this guy in the Speed Boy, indeed. I felt like the ice enemy didn't. I swear the ice enemy didn't hit me in my casual run. He didn't.
No, I think I got hit by it once, but he's not there for very long because he spends a lot of the time in the areas that you go through being frozen.
Oh, I think we're gonna make a mistake here. So you can charge the Shine Spark here, and then hit the boss for 50%, but I miss.
Oh no!
And that is so free.
Oh, so you can. I never really experimented with it in hard because I was too much of a coward. But you can just jump into him when he's got that electrical field around.
Yeah. It does a lot of damage. Yeah, this boss fight's easy. Oh, by the way, in 1.0.0, the first version of the game, your game would crash if you would use Crew Attack on that X core right there. Your game would just flat out crash.
How did no one catch that?
Well, they did because they updated it a week later. But
oh, okay.
In the 1.0.1 version,
it's not a bug; it's a feature. It's punishing you for playing it too easy.
I was almost gonna reset this run just because I felt that charge attack on the bug.
Come on.
But I was like, nah, come on.
Considering, I mean, maybe arguable if you know, if like your screw attack didn't work on him, but considering how short notice,
Yeah, it was
short
still a
work
fast fight.
the
Yeah.
screw attack made, I mean, that was nothing. That was still like infinitely faster than both my attempts
Yeah,
at it, because
same.
I didn't really know you could screw attack into him, so I was just fighting him, making
Yeah.
my life harder than when it needed to be.
Me neither. I missed my charge thing there, and I know why, but it's done.
Yeah,
So-
missiles can be weird.
Yeah.
Like in those doors.
That's a store missile, by the way, for the people at home. So I think you're actually supposed to fight these twins earlier than the ones I just did for Gravity Suit, because these guys die way faster. Like, this guy's dead already.
Yeah.
And the other ones were gold, so I think you're actually supposed to do these earlier, but you know, it's fine.
Did not even tell. There you go, dead. Yeah, goddamn. Screw attack's even more OP than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's really, really strong. And I just forgot that you could actually use it as a damaging move in my casual run. You can't actually use it on Ravenbeak though, so that's something.
No. Yeah. I was really hoping that would be the case.
Yeah, also no Shine Sparks on Ravenbeak. Imagine just chipping off 50% of its health.
God,
the
that would
final
make
boss.
all three of these stages much easier.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I completed the second stage, I was like, yes, done it. And then the third stage, and I was like, no, I need to go to bed.
Okay,
fight,
so
still.
he might snipe me here, because sometimes he just snipes you with his plasma beam, or his wave beam, sorry, my bad. So this is where you perform the Axis Q trick, which I'm not gonna do obviously, because I'm very bad at this game compared to the top runners. But yeah. So this is the most fun brain fight. You charge, armor off, screw attack, dead.
Oh my god.
And
And time.
you're ready to go. And time. No, it's not time yet. We're getting there though. We're getting close. So yeah, we're actually grabbing the what am I doing? We're actually grabbing the super bomb soon after wave beam, but I didn't put that split in because the guy that I took my splits from, and I honestly can't remember who it was. So that's kind of bad because I like giving shoutouts, but yeah, he didn't time it, so I didn't time it either because it's very close to wave beam, the split. So
So there's not much point.
yeah, but it's the only. I'm trying to go for an early Emmy skip, but I don't think I get. No, I'm shooting the ceiling there, so.
Yes, that's just, nope. Yeah, this is another one where you're it's obvious you're meant to go a certain way
Yeah.
to get it done.
Yeah. Well, you can
Which
actually
is-
have an early Emmy kill, which I did a few times, but
Yeah,
I was
when you
just
go
really
here.
bad. It's easy though. One thing to remember: all the Emmys kind of go on two legs whenever they have their armor off, but this Emmy stays
Yeah, I
low.
noticed that.
So
Okay.
here we go. Charge that Omega Cannon. Bam.
Ow. With beam, please.
So wave beam lets you shoot through the wall, and that's why the other trick is called pseudo wave beam, because it's not really a wave beam, but
You're basically wave beam.
yeah. So I'm actually saving 27 seconds, and God knows why. I don't know how I messed up so bad in the previous run that I would save so much time on this split, which I already kind of did wrong, but you know, it's fine.
Not question it.
Shoot through the wall. Also, it gives you more damage on your beam, the wave beam. Which is gonna be
so.
great for some extra boss fights, because this last part is where you destroy your arm by spamming if you do it the wrong way. So you're gonna have to fight the red Chozo soldier. Then you're gonna have to fight the golden, which is the elite Chozo soldier. And then you're gonna have to fight Ravenbeak, who's the final boss, and guess what? You also have to spam there, so... my arm would most likely give up after this, so I would always take a break after doing a run. So yeah, up to Hanubia, and we actually don't leave Hanubia. Well, you do leave Hanubia to the final boss area, which is basically just an arena.
Yeah, I mean,
It's called
realistically,
Itorash.
after you've done Ravenbeak proper, you're effectively just playing a cutscene, really.
Yeah, you are.
Realistically, I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
I don't remember if there's much room for failure unless you literally don't do anything.
So intended dead here, but I'm gonna skip the cutscene. If you do this well enough, you don't even have to parry the shield. You can just kill him and get him into second phase. But I'm not fast enough. I'm pretty fast, but not fast enough. Dang. Yeah, so this is why my arm is dead, probably. Also, have you noticed that this fight is particularly laggy? It's like running at like 20 FPS or something.
It's because of the effects or something? Or...
So they haven't figured out why, but I probably think that it's because the Emmy is in the background there, and it's probably a lot of polygons on that Emmy there, so it
yeah,
might be lagging the game or something dumb like that.
Slightly. I couldn't say I noticed it when I was playing casually, but if you're a speedrunner, you'll notice it.
You'll notice it for sure, yeah. I don't know if you'll notice it in the video. Maybe now that I told you, if you scroll back later, then you'll see.
Well, keeping in mind, I'm also watching it streamed, so that might affect things as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So that's the red. That's the red Emmy. And this was really this was really disappointing to me. It's like, oh cool, you get a new Emmy area. I wonder what's this gonna be like and what I need to dodge and stuff. And then it's just, you know, you already having that.
Done. Yeah, you're done.
So lore-wise with cutscene, you have Metroid DNA in you, which makes you really, really strong. And you basically suck the power out of the Emmy, and then the Emmy is just dead.
Yeah, I think what it's intended is that your abilities as a Metroid are getting stronger by this point, which is why you couldn't do it earlier on. You know, it's that way where like your transformation into what is essentially a humanoid Metroid it moves at the speed of the plot.
Yeah.
As it dictates, and now it's like, okay, you're now more Metroid than what you were previously, so you can pretty much one-shot these guys.
Yeah. So Shine Spark here. You don't have to morph ball, but I don't know what I did. I did a weird backflip there.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
I don't know. I didn't do that on purpose, that's for sure. It looked cool.
Backflip kick.
Backflip kick, yeah. So now we're doing the golden one, the Elite Chozo. So back to back. This is the moment where I start to feel it in my left arm. So this one is interesting because if you parry a shield, you actually have to grab it with the grapple beam, if you remember correctly.
Oh,
there you go, boom, grapple beam, pull it off, and then spam the ball. Okay. And this must be it, I think. Pretty close. Come on. Goodbye.
Nope.
There we go. Also, this guy does a lot of damage.
I mean,
I'm always mimicking this gesture. Oh, I didn't do it here. I probably did it on the other fight. It's pretty funny. I like it.
But yeah, like that's another thing. Like, even if they had just changed the little parry sequence at the end for each of them, just to make that differentiating, maybe would have been a bit better. But it's always the same pattern every time.
It's not exactly the same, Ken. You need to grapple beam the shield.
No, what I mean is, you know how when you actually defeat it and then it goes into the thing where it thrusts at you with the spear.
Yeah.
Kind of swings and then it goes
no,
thrusts and then it
whole
swings.
sequence is the same.
That is the exact same timing and everything for every single one of them. I wish, even if they just changed that slightly.
I also think that 2 parries is a very weird amount of parries. Because you also need to do it on the final fight. And for a second I was like, did I defeat him right now? Or do I need to do it a 3rd time, you know? Nintendo 3 times with final bosses, stuff like that.
Also, that little ball that you get fired up in is actually a reference to Metroid Pinball.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's not.
Shit. Oh, man.
It's just a...
I got baited.
I like the design of it.
What was the whole meme with Metroid Pinball? Wasn't it that Metroid Pinball was the first game or something?
No, I don't know if it's a meme or anything like that. It's,
I've heard people talk or meme about that. That's weird. I do like my pinball games though. Pinball games are fun.
Yeah, well.
So this is Ravenbeak, the final fight. He has 3 phases. We're doing phase 1 right now. I'm trying to bait him, so I need to spam his armor, and then he'll do this move. Then I can parry him, and then I get some shots in. But I'm doing this not very optimally because I think the official speedrun actually gets him into phase 2 after the first cutscene, which I don't. But yeah, it's fine. Those black holes you need to shoot 4 times with a missile.
You can't see when he's got this gold thing around him. You're not damaging when you're firing at him, right?
No, you're not damaging him. You're just damaging his armor to bait him into parrying.
Oh, okay, so it is still worth firing at him then.
Still not a bad first phase in my opinion. It's pretty cool. Oh, by the way, if you do a certain parry move and then aim, he won't be able to hit you with the Gatling gun, or Gatling gun like the. Do you see that?
Oh.
That's something I learned very recently. It's super cool.
Right. I wish I'd known about it.
Yeah.
Because I hated that move. You just have to jump around him in a really precise circle.
So phase 2. Phase 2 is so ice missiles actually do more damage than beam. So I'm actually just using the ice missiles. I think I got it off. If you don't get it off well, he just shoots you away, and then you're still fine. You just get a bit of damage.
Yeah, that's normally what I would do. Is what you're doing now.
Yeah.
Jump
get
around
a missile in.
Sometimes as well, like he would shoot for longer or shorter periods.
Yeah.
Like a bait.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's a weird move. Oh, I'm getting very low health. Oh my god, look at that.
Oh my god, yeah. 59, Jesus.
I know that I'm not dying because otherwise this wouldn't be the run that we're watching right now.
Funny if you uploaded the wrong run.
So close again. I always say this boss has no chill. He just does that like claw move right after the cutscene.
Yeah, goddamn. The last phase was the worst one because of that move.
Yeah. Oh, sun move.
The amount of stress that put me on. Oh, you can start with
Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
So I didn't know that either.
So I would just dodge it and just be annoyed whenever I couldn't do it and get knocked.
What that sun move is, the sun move actually fires out small waves of like projectiles, and you need to dodge them. But the boss will still attack you, so you need to dodge the boss and the projectiles if you don't destroy that thing with a super bomb.
I mean, my fights in the third phase would have been a whole different ball game had I known that you could do that.
I can't imagine doing that in hard mode without.
Yeah, well, I did, bro. It wasn't fun.
So this should be the end of the fight soon. Like, he's taking a lot of damage. Here, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
And boom, and number 2. And that's the Ravenbeak. And now we're going to the escape scene, which is really anticlimactic if you ask me, but you know. You basically just need to shoot this evolved final boss.
Yeah, it's a glorified cutscene, really.
Yeah, it is.
It's the equivalent of the fight with Guilty Spark at the end of Halo 3. You're just pulling a trigger at a practically static enemy, and then watching a cutscene.
It is. There is a faster way to do this. So you wait, you let him step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's when you're supposed to shoot. But I did it way too early, but it's still fine.
Okay.
I didn't want to take the risk, you know.
I mean, what difference does it make? How does it speed it up?
So he actually crawls faster towards you if you don't shoot for the first like few seconds, and you can kind of time it by the steps that he makes.
Right, okay.
You know, it's fine. It only saves about a few seconds.
I also thought at this point that Samus would keep her mad Metroid form just going forward. That was just how Samus looked.
That would have been cool. It always reminds me of, I know Stacey's gonna watch this, it always reminds me of, what is he called? Devil Joe from Monster Hunter, the armor. Which is like a giant pickle monster.
It does have Monster Hunter vibes.
Yeah, yeah. It really reminds me of that armor, for sure.
And let's be honest, this would 100% be some kind of smash attack in Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, final. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, final smash. It would just be this instead of, you know, the super beam.
Yeah.
Just turn into Metroid Samus and run around touching people and absorbing them.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is the Metroid staple for people watching at home. After the game ends, you just run away and the planet will explode. Except for Metroid for the NES, for some reason it doesn't explode.
Always explodes.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't explode. Like in Metroid Fusion, you drop. All you do is you drop this comparatively tiny space station.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't cancel the animation here by more falling, which is dumb, but you know, it's still fine.
Oh, but does that also do the thing where it doesn't do the cutscene?
Yeah. Speed booster strat here. I'm failing, of course. It's still fine.
Still good. Still good.
Still good. So the end's coming up. It's right here actually. So boom, time. And that's the run. But we'll have some more time to talk because I'm kind of letting the credits roll for a little bit and then having the end scene. I'm not letting the full credits roll, so don't fret. But there is a bit more explanation to do. So. This is story-wise. This is
never really understood this bit. Like that was Adam's voice you heard, right?
Yeah, that was Adam. Yeah.
Yeah, and then zombie Birdman appears.
Yeah, this is Quiet Robe that disabled enemies for us earlier. But because he is the certain Chozo race, he is kind of invulnerable to the X-Parasite. For some reason, I don't know. I'm not a big lore guy of this game. It's weird, but we get cured of our suits, and we can, if we basically touch the spaceship in our big Metroid form, then we would actually suck the energy out of the spaceship. So that's why Adam said don't. And now the planet's gonna explode, which is cool. I thought I'd leave it in for the video. Boom.
But yeah, in Metroid Fusion, at the end of it, you drop a space station onto the planet. And the whole planet just explodes.
Oh, really?
It's like, I mean, what was it carrying that it managed to destroy? Like,
That's
I don't
so
even just
weird.
mean, oh, the whole surface was engulfed in fire. I mean, like
the planet just
atomized,
imploded. Yeah, that's weird.
atomized.
So I'm gonna skip it, the credits. So we're getting here now, and this is for proof for the video.
Oh man, I can't wait to see Samus without her helmet on as reward for my 2-hour completion time.
It's weird. It's dumb.
Instead, I just get nothing.
Here we go. 1 hour 56 minutes 34 in-game time, and then 1:46:52 my own timer. And now I'm showing the version of my game, which is 1.0.2 for the verification.
Oh, yeah. 1 point.
And so the reason, a big question always, is why is the timer different? And the timer is different because it counts the cutscenes. And my own timer doesn't count the cutscenes, of course, so yeah.
I'm pretty sure there was it updated recently. In fact, it might be that one where it now counts the timer keeps going even after you die.
Oh yeah, that was in the last update, yeah. There was a weird bug
that's
or
pretty
something.
recent as well, because apparently it was a bug beforehand.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Where it would, because I think it did it in some bosses. Like
it only did it for some bosses, yeah.
It would keep counting, but for most of the bosses it wouldn't, and it would reset to basically where your checkpoint was, and then you could go through it again.
Yeah.
So that's something as well.
Yeah.
Worth bearing in mind if you're trying to time yourself in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super interesting. Oh, also something I didn't explain about starting the run. That's the last thing I'll say. You actually can set up a speedrun file, and you boot up the game, you let the first cutscene roll, then you exit the game without saving, or without saving I think, and then it just has your file ready with the first cutscene skipped. Your in-game time will be 3:44 on the main menu, and that's what you can use for the speedrun. So that's for anyone who wants to run this game.
I was gonna say, like, why was it already 3 minutes? But I figured it was because of.
Yeah, it's because of that.
Kind of
that's the legal strat. It's the legal strat. But yeah, thanks so much, Ken, for being here and helping me out with the commentary. It was a lot of fun, actually. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun watching it. Kind of makes me want to go back and replay it and try some of the shenanigans.
There's glitches all over. If you ever have like a question about a glitch, or if you want to know a name of something, I'll just send you it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and if anyone in the comments likes to ask something about a glitch that I did, I will happily try to explain it to, and at least give you the name so you can look it up yourself too. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next Speed Walk and Talk, which is going to be, who knows really. Yeah, that's the end. Bye bye.
Bye bye.